Beyond the stars lies a web of pearls, each gemstone a miniature world unto itself. Upon these worlds interconnected our stories are told, and the fate of creation hangs in the balance. Welcome to the Titan's Gift. Greetings and welcome to Titan's Gift, presented by Die Dark and Die. I'm your demon host Marty, joined by the full Seattle crew. This is Season 3, Episode 5. Let me make the mics toasty. They are toasty and warm, so that means you can speak and I can hear you.
Woohoo! It's game day.
Hello, it's game day.
Yep.
Okay, everyone.
Fox, Ahmed, how's it going? How's everyone doing? Not all at once.
Woo! Dude, I'm doing great. I'm gonna kill stuff today. I've got this delicious Jamba Juice that I'm planning to totally be healthy. I got my first shot yesterday, or Sunday.
Nice.
There's a light at the end of the tunnel for things to be, like, somewhat relatively normal. So things are going pretty well. We started watching Shadow and Bone. I think it's just Shadow and Bone or whatever, on Netflix.
Oh, that? Yeah.
We're like 5 episodes in. It's not bad.
So your Son of Zeus or Blood of Zeus was really good. So I'm gonna.
Oh, did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it like shortly after you said watch it, but I just.
Blood of Zeus was solid. Shadow and Bone is very different. It's like it's picture like a young adult fantasy turned into Netflix like relatively high budget. Like if you don't go in expecting too much and you want to see some cool. Like, if you go in with your eyes on the world-building aspect, you'll take something away from it. If you're expecting, like, epic acting or, like, some really high drama, like, it's no Game of Thrones. That's not what it is. But it's strong young adult fantasy.
You can ask, what would a character in a young adult fantasy do in this case? And that's what they're going to do. I don't like it. I don't dislike it.
My least favorite plot line is, why is there a problem right now? Drama.
They don't make too many totally stupid things. I'm only on episode 5. But like they haven't been in a situation where it's like, you fucking idiot. Like it hasn't been any of that, but it's also not super deep. Is kind of how I would phrase it.
Inciting incident. Parents don't control their children. You know, it's like, oh man, so frustrating. Funny. Okay.
But my wife and I are enjoying it. That's pretty much been us.
I've got like 3,000 movies in my collection. Not every one of them is like grade A acting and Shakespeare, right?
I would be surprised if they were.
Sometimes,
it's good.
Sometimes you just need to watch Godzilla versus King Kong or whatever, which was a really dumb movie, but it was fun, and it was
fun, yeah.
It was a fun movie, but the whole gravity thing on the inside, I'm like, okay, nope, check yourself, Marty. Just have fun with it. Okay.
On a personal level, Marty, I think you would get value out of the world building aspect of the setting. Yeah. I think you would derive value from that.
It's already a sticky note. It will happen. Yeah. So yeah, cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Nothing happening on my side. Also had my first COVID shot. Pretty happy with that. In fact, most of my family have their first round of shots by now. So we're still just waiting. It's just my daughter that doesn't qualify just yet. She's not meeting the age bar yet. Funny story is we didn't intend to go for any of these shots. A friend of mine's wife works at a pharmacy, and she runs into the situation where people cancel and then she has to find a replacement or throw out the vial. So she was just going through her list of people that she knows, and she just kept on calling us, and we were like, yep, I got one more for you. Yep, I got one more for you. So we ended up doing all that. That's pretty good.
Nice.
The other pretty cool thing that we saw this week was, I'm not a huge fan of award shows or anything like that, but we were very excited to see that My Octopus Teacher won an Oscar, which is a pretty good. Which was, I'm not sure if you've watched that documentary. It's absolutely incredible.
Is this where the swimmer goes out and hangs out with an octopus and makes friends with it?
Yeah. It's absolutely incredible. Well worth the watch if you haven't watched it.
I did forget one thing. I finished Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah,
that was awesome.
It was well done.
I thought it was very well done, very timely too, in terms of like that. I think that show needed to be made on a cultural level for America. I thought it was really good.
Wow.
I also really like that those Marvel shows, WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier, have been able to take the time over many episodes to build up the characters.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you get a little bit more invested in the characters than you could in a 2-hour movie where they need action. That's a great format.
Yeah,
I haven't watched either of them, but it's action with like 30 superheroes in it. So your time to get to know anyone in any of those movies is very slim. It's like a catchphrase and then like a pose or something, and you're done. That's all you got.
They're very different. WandaVision is more of like a story about like love and loss. Falcon and Winter Soldier is more cultural, sort of racial, political kind of interesting themes and things like that, and they're both really good.
Yeah. It's a buddy story too.
It's like a buddy cop. It's so great.
Which is fun. Yeah.
Luke, Matt, what's going on with you?
Well, I watched the New Mutants last night before last, something like that. Pretty good. As an X-Men sort of movie.
Yeah. Nice.
Is that the one that's got Vampire Bill in it?
Vampire Bill.
I know him as the dude I know him as the dude from True Blood. I don't know his actual name.
I was gonna say, Wolverine.
I'll have to look it up.
Nah, it's got the kid from the older brother from Stranger Things.
Okay. Does he play Vampire Bill?
No. It's got Queen's Gambit girl. It's got, these people have real names. I understand and respect them as human beings.
That's fine, Matt. I do not.
It's got Ari Stark.
I don't remember the endless, slew of actors' names.
But it's watching. That's your point.
Yeah.
Charlie Heaton is the Stranger Things actor, and Maisie Williams. Yeah. Okay.
Full disclosure, I was thinking of Stephen Moyer, and he was in The Gifted. I think is what I was thinking of. Which is like another.
There are a lot of. Yeah. Decent. We're getting down to the content that I've put off for a long time, and it's nice to see that some of the things that you've been like, man, I got better stuff to watch than that. It's actually pretty good when you don't have better stuff to watch than
that. Have you started watching Invincible? Amazon started releasing the animated version of Invincible from the Invincible comics. It's pretty It's pretty violent, but it's really good. It's really good.
Oh, I've heard about that. My buddy from back home, Joe, he was talking about that. He sent me the one clip where he just crushes some guy's head like a melon. It was incredibly graphic.
Sounds a little bit like The Boys for some reason.
It's kind of like that. I think
it's like an animated version of The Boys.
Yeah,
I haven't watched the second season of The Boys yet. I've heard it's good, but it's also gratuitous.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm sure I'd enjoy it too.
Same.
I'll get around to it.
The motivations of the bad guy in the second season is a little confusing.
It is. You're right.
The organization versus what they're letting the one bad guy do is what's going on here?
Well, it's not really what they let him do. It's what they can't stop him from doing.
Not that bad guy. The other bad guy.
Oh.
Anyways, I'm just there was just something where it was like, I get it, but I also didn't get it. So I didn't get why certain things were allowed to happen, but I guess when
because comic book
and big company, I guess you can't control your employees. I'm not sure.
Well, to be fair, in a world where you unexpectedly see that people travel through the center of the earth in a movie, I try not to overthink things.
Yep.
Happens all the time.
Luke, did you do your how'd you do?
How'd you do? I'm pretty good. I am still playing Loop Hero, but I'm not enjoying it anymore. I am just playing to get the last couple of cards and then beat the boss. I really
but I'm not enjoying it anymore. I feel obligated to, sunk cost fallacy. I just need to. I just need to complete it.
I just wanted to beat it all. So yeah, I got that going.
Do your duty.
Yeah.
Be the hero of loops.
watching some movies, watching the big action movies. I'm right there with you with Godzilla vs Kong, and then
it was a stupid movie, but it was needed. It was just I didn't feel like thinking. I'm like, oh, HBO Max. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, the Kong vs Godzilla movie, and then after that, I watched Mortal Kombat. Which
I watched that too.
Wasn't a bad reimagination of the video game movie. Like it was okay. Like,
I was, to be honest, I was surprised that they made the Mortal Kombat movie because this is not the first time they tried, and the first time they tried it was horrible.
Oh my god!
Had a pretty good soundtrack though.
Yeah, they can't beat that tune, but this one is definitely a better film.
Yeah, like there's some neat visuals in it. It's definitely very violent.
They say the things.
It tried to have a story, like it tried to have character arcs in it.
Yeah,
and it was less dumb than Kong versus Godzilla. It was less dumb.
They do the one gimmicky move where you just do like the low spin kick over and over, and the guy just keeps falling down. He's like, "What the fuck, man? Don't you know any other moves?" They do that bit.
They kind of tongue in cheek did a bunch of the gimmicky finishing moves and dialogue that was jolting, but jolting in a fun way. I don't know, watch it. Don't expect it to be.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
It's Mortal Kombat.
It's amazing. It's that good. You know? I was surprised they got that much content out of the Mortal Kombat franchise.
Yep. There was a tiny bit of nostalgia that I think might have carried the movie for me because it was a thing back in.
Before COVID started last year, I was super excited because there was this documentary being made about the Midway Games story called Insert Coin. And it was going to premiere at PAX, and then COVID happened, and then all of this just never happened. And then they didn't release it. I actually haven't taken a look to see if you can rent the documentary yet, but this is all reminding me that I actually want to go see it. So I'll pay $4 to watch that, just for nostalgia.
I'm looking at it. There's a trailer. I'm not seeing anything right away. But yeah, that's what's going on with me. The highlight though for me right now is we got badminton for the backyard. Man, it's just really great to have a reason to go outside other than chores. It's great.
That is the best thing to do after you've put on your ascot and made a gin and tonic. So,
actually, the butler.
It's also a classic American summer game, so it's cool. Depends whether you pronounce the N. Badminton is a gin and tonic and ascot sort of activity.
I mean,
badminton is.
Badminton, yes.
Indeed. Yes. Shall we have another go at it?
Yes, thing. Let's do it, Claw.
Hard luck on that one.
All right, let's do a recap of what happened last time. Last game was called Traveling Salesman. After some deliberation, the party seeks the counsel of Grandfather Vladimir in their search for Salvatore Scream, Neolandris, and Vencarlo. Their investigation leads them to the gaudy and creepy manor of the Arcona family, whom they suspect has been replaced by vile creatures that now masquerade as nobility. And I think while you guys were skulking around with your invisibility spells up, a villain point was spent, and you came basically face to face, or were addressed by the creature named Bahor. Your negotiation didn't go very well, and there were some creatures inside of the Arcona residence courtyard. Two war elephants of great size and strength, and a bunch of the humans have revealed themselves to indeed be rakshasa, evil native outsiders that like to take human form. You doubt they're going to let you out of here alive. The last thing that we left off with was you rolling initiative. I'm going to say your minutes per level that you put up before you started searching the palace, about 6 or 7 minutes of them have gone by, so you still have some of your minutes per level going. Let me paste the initiative, and the villain point also came with an additional villain that is going to be part of this encounter. She was supposed to be saved for later, but no, she wandered upstairs for some reason.
When did that extended Good Hope go up? Is that the only minutes per level buff that we have?
And it was extended to 20 minutes, so
we're down to like 13 or something?
Something like that, yeah. Your invisibility is also a 20-minute invisibility. I expect that's going to go down real soon.
Yeah. Those are going to pop here in a second.
Okay, there is a strange mist that is rolling off of this gigantic statue of a war elephant, while these two other elephants, you didn't hear them before. They're now kind of making aggressive trumpeting noises and rearing up a little bit. They look quite aggressive. Bahor is floating off the ground. Perhaps he's using the same tricks as Zephyros. You can only see him with his backward-handed might if you have see invisibility up.
Which Zephyros does.
Yep. He's floating off of the ground behind the statue, and it looks like he is beginning to cast spells. There were a couple of nobles to the north that you know while you were spying upon them. They had retreated to a room. You can hear that door opening, and then the professor knows that there are creatures coming down the stairs to the south of you. Okay, Karno-chan. Let's see what they're going to do. You hear a whisper in Hadean, Henry?
Yeah?
Be careful, my love. As somebody's coming down the stairs.
I will relay this through the telepathic bond that I can hear them on the stairs and approximately how close.
Okay, there is also quiet spellcasting. Henry, you can make a spellcraft check. The DC is 24 because you can't see the casting, you can just hear it.
Okay. 30.
It's a see invisibility spell.
I will relay that through the telekinetic bond that they're casting see invisibility.
Okay. Nudholly, they're a little bit behind in what's going on, so there is casting over here after some movement. Thurgus and Zephyros and Pharisee, you have kind of more of a line of a sight towards where that casting is. The DC is 22. Spellcraft check if you want to know what they're casting.
Yep.
There was a shield spell being quietly cast in a purring voice around the corner.
Shield from the kids.
Thurgus.
Man, I don't really like my positioning here.
These doors are open, this door is open, and likely the doors over here are open.
What does my party want me to do?
I don't know. You can ask them, and conversations can happen really quickly in the telepathic bond.
Yeah.
So strategize away, but do it
very, very quickly.
Do it in
I'm
character.
thinking to the group, where do you want me to go?
Zephyrus tells him that don't go outside. I'm going to cast a wall of force to print in front of those doors.
Oh me, oh me, oh me. Yeah, all right. Do you want me to take the ones to the north?
I think so.
Okay, good luck.
Either that or the ones in the stairs. You could bottle them up.
I am going to bottle the ones with the stairs with the ones outside.
Oh, right, of course. That sounds delightful.
Oh, no, oh my God. Oh, please help me, help me, help me. Oh. Looking at my spells really quick. Let's see here.
All right, so some thinking has gone on.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that twice my base movement speed. Perfect. My base movement speed is 40. So, I think if I'm size 15, I want to use my once per day waveform to close the gap with one of the guys in the hall. But I'm not sure if I can really do it around that corner. With the 3-action system, can I 5-foot step diagonal and then cast waveform and maybe make it in a straight line that way?
Yep.
All right.
In the 3-action system, 5-foot steps don't stop your movement. You could do a step if you wanted.
So put myself right there, and I think
a lot of bad blood in this place.
I can only get 80, but because I get to size 15, so I'll be this big. I think I'll actually end my square right here.
So you turn into a giant wave.
Yeah.
And then you could position yourself whichever, square you wanted to. So
I'm gonna put myself right where was I before? Christopher's right here. Put myself right there, and then I'm gonna do this. Is that cool?
Yep. So you basically move around the corner until you could see that there are creatures there. You didn't even really stop to think about what they were, and you turned into a massive wave of bloody bear and death. What happens to these creatures?
Yeah, so transform into a wave of frothing water up to 15 feet wide and 15 feet tall, and surge forth in a straight line in the direction of your choice, moving up to twice your base movement speed. Does not provoke attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
Etc. etc. All creatures and unattended objects in your path take 4d6 bludgeoning damage and are knocked prone.
Is there any
successful
is there
reflex
any
save.
SR on this?
There is.
Can you roll your caster level check?
Yeah. 20 plus. Let's see here. Saving throw. Actually, let me double check the saving throw. It says here for it says I do, but it's
called waveform.
Yeah, double checking. Range is personal. It gets cast on me, so there's no SR check.
Okay, so yeah, you blast into them and water hurts them. They
get a reflex save for
reflex saves. Okay, you think it's vaguely female shaped. Rakshasa 25.
DC is 23.
Okay, so she takes half and doesn't get knocked down. What's the damage?
I rolled 4d6, so 20.
You smacked into her really hard, but she seemed to just keep her. She turned sideways, and she's very, very solid. The 20 damage that gets turned into 10 is absorbed by her resistance.
Understood.
And then you go blasting into this other Rakshasa.
I see a fortune point in chat. Does that lower saves? I'm not sure how that works.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Or is that for something else?
Knock them flat first.
Okay.
I'm gonna reject that one because there's no way to impact DCs. You knock into the second one, and he makes his save and is also able to resist the damage from the watery slap. You do see into the next room. It looks like a full-on fireplace with some fancy seating. The other thing that you see when you turn around the corner, at first you thought it might have been a creature, but there is a massive, beautiful, and somewhat horrific-looking statue of a multi-headed, multi-armed being holding a manner of weapons.
Great.
It's not moving, Thurgus, but you've got other problems in front of you. Neither one of these rakshasa has got any weapons in their hands, although they might have things at their belt. I think that's Thurgus's turn.
That's it for me.
Yeah, a move.
5 foot step is 1 action, yeah.
Yep.
So.
Avashandu is the woman on the stairs. She is going to move down. And Professor, I'm just going to give it to you. She's also casting See Invisibility.
Okay. Not the See Invisibility, I'll say in my mind. Oh, how am I so close to the front? Where's Thurgus? Oh.
Bahor. Last chance. Surrender and we'll continue this negotiation. Otherwise... he is going to float forward to here. And he's going to ready in action to cast a spell. And you don't know what the trigger is.
Well, that sucks.
Pharisee.
Yeah, I'm gonna start Bard Song and cast Death Ward on myself. Can I also take a 5 foot step to here?
It depends how many actions. So you cast Death Ward on yourself.
I've
that's
taken
2
3
actions.
Yeah.
And then you start Bard Song as a move or as a
move.
As a
yeah.
move. Okay, so that's your 3 actions.
So that's 3. Okay, sounds good.
All right. Neither of those actions trigger a nasty spell. Pharisee, what's the manner of your Bard Song?
It's music. I'm playing some panpipes.
Okay. Bahor seems to snarl in annoyance. There's something about a couple of the notes that might not mix well with his cat-like ears.
Ah, fair. Yeah.
And his general disdain for, the living.
Yeah.
Vamanda. Vamanda is going to put up some more spells. Zephyros, you see something strange because you're in the right position to see it.
Okay.
A fox-headed woman appears next to the bubbling pool, but then appears behind a tree, and then appears behind a different tree, and then disappears from view.
A fox-headed woman.
Yeah, she looks like this.
Okay, I'm relaying that to everybody in the telepathic bond.
And the shifts were really quick. Like they had little flashes to them. You can give me a spellcraft check if you want.
Yes, please. 31.
Okay, you didn't see her cast a spell, but it was some sort of variant of a supernatural dimension door.
Interesting. Again, I relay that to everybody.
Okay. She definitely saw you. Like she looked at you when she was behind this tree. She had a good.
Oh, so she can see invisibility?
She looked like she was able to see you. She was looking more up as opposed to at her level.
Okay, so she was looking in my general direction, but I don't quite know whether she was just looking in my direction or actually saw me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Something in the water. You do see that Bahor turns around and says something in a very globulous tongue, kind of something that may not be natural for his form, as something watery is taking a roughly humanoid shape and crawling out of the bubbling pool. It seems to be the cause of the pool bubbling. It spins around, sloshing out of the fountain and onto the ground. This creature is a 12 to 14 foot tall, watery elemental being. Vinashti. Where is... Vinashti is the one that you've basically face-tanked, Thurgus. Alright. This one puffs its chest like it wants to do melee battle with you. And it does look like he is wearing, over top of his already sharp-clawed hands, he's got this intricate-looking glove that is all open aside from like little chains that go to the ends, and his glove, like cat claws, end in very, very sharp claws. And he just begins to try to tear through your armor.
Bring it!
As a single action, he makes 2 attacks with his claws.
Bullshit.
AC 20 and AC 34.
Oh, that's so sad. No.
All right. He doesn't like being so close to you, so he's going to then step away from you. Do you threaten him? Do you have any reach?
I do not have reach right now. I'm wielding a greatsword, and I'm size medium. Okay. Someday we will be size large.
All right. Then he moves 40 feet away, like he kind of scampers away.
Didn't he just beat his chest?
Yeah, he beat his chest and then clawed you, and then he's running away, but he stops. He looks like he wants to get a running charge at you.
Just shake my head. Why are you running? The fight's over here, you coward. Oh, you scaredy cat.
Or he might be trying to draw you near the statue.
Thurgus doesn't think that tactically. What are you talking about?
Professor.
Doing a skill check, we ruled it was no longer just a free action because you can just abuse that. What was the ruling?
It's a move. You could make 3 knowledge checks a turn if you wanted to.
Got it. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Instead, as a free action, I will quick draw Bakob's wand so that I can cast silently. I will then fly up and then back over here and stay on the ceiling somewhere. Let's say
ceiling's pretty tall in here. It's about 20 feet. You'd have to, by Pythagoras, you'd have to move about 10 feet back if you're going straight to the ceiling.
Sorry, how far was I?
Flying up 20 feet costs 40 feet of movement. Up is twice speed, or half.
You're saying I can get to about here and still get up?
Do you guys have haste up or no?
No, we just have fly, no haste.
Yeah, we just got most of our 10s up, I think.
40 feet up and 20 feet over.
40 feet up, 20 feet over. Okay,
and you can probably get about 30 feet over. You're on the roof here.
Okay, got it. And then I will use a swift to increase the DCs of spells I cast this turn by 2, and then I will cast Major Image.
Isn't that 4 actions?
free action, swift, move.
Swift is a move.
Oh yeah, that's okay. Then I won't do. Sorry, I won't do this.
You have to stand still if you're going to make your spells very potent.
Yeah, I will move and then cast. I will cast Major Image.
Yep.
And I will do, it'll be 14 10-foot cubes of sound and texture and heat and
14 10-foot cubes, okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to do like one 10-foot, let's see, how far is this space here? So it's like 60 across. I'm trying to do this area, and then yeah, that's pretty good.
So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Stack them. Let's stack them up though. I want them to go all the way to the ceiling, so I'll have 6 or 7 cubes to mess with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's keep like these ones.
Okay, so you've got a wall of illusion.
And you're telling us about it in the telepathic bomb?
Yeah, I'm gonna say, try not to believe this one, okay? Here we go. And then all of a sudden, sort of off in the distance, you'll hear it start as like many, many infinity numbers of screams of the damned, like, and then a sort of sucking sound, almost sensation of, and then just this slow viscous deluge, but somehow it's also moving fast when like ghosts in movies do that creepy like walk instant run of just thick black ooze sludge coming out of the ceiling and just making like a gooey moving wall that will just fill this area, and I will be as the professor in this wall.
What's the DC of the saving throw?
The DC on that is, 24, 25, 26. Yeah, 26.
Okay.
And then I will end my turn.
Are you a disciple of Balbodnothip?
The screams will only get louder and seem to laugh in mocking in response to his question.
He is a lesser of that group, says Bahor. He laughs at you. He thinks your god is weak.
Not my god. Hey, I just work for the guy.
Zephyros.
Zephyros is going to cast a wall of force from this corner down.
Bahor needs to make a spellcraft check to see if this is a condition of his readied action.
Can he see through the illusion?
Yeah, he probably. I'll make it like pulse with volume to try and cover the sound of the spell casting. I want to use this as like to give us a couple of moments of cover to sort of hide what we're doing back here.
All right, there's a chance you could hear it. I'm going to increase the DC of the spellcraft check. So what spell are you casting? Wall of Force. It's 5th, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the DC of a spell that you cannot see. He hasn't interacted with the illusion yet, so there's no saving throw. So there is a illusion blocking his sight. So the DC is 20, 15 plus double spell level. So 20 plus double spell level is 30. 30, and then distracted kind of loud noise, I'm going to add 4 to that. So the DC is 34 on his spellcraft check. This might be difficult for him to do. First confirm that it's got verbal components, because if it doesn't have verbal components, he might not be able to.
feel like it's gotta, right?
It does. It's verbal somatic material.
Okay.
I don't know where you see that, but okay.
Like abbreviated at the top of the page.
Yeah.
Like
Okay, so
I'll show you in chat.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Sorry, got it.
okay, so the DC is 34, and he rolls a 3 and gets 23. He doesn't know what spell you're casting, so he misinterprets your Wall of Force as not a hostile spell, and where are you placing your Wall of Force?
It is from this corner here down to there. So I'm covering this area. And I'm placing it on the ground as high as it can go.
Okay, let me just measure. What's the area of effect that you can affect?
So the area is Wall of Force 10 foot square per level, so 100 foot square.
Okay, this is a 30 by 20 area, which is basically 6 10-foot squares, and you can create how many 10-foot squares?
10.
10. Okay, so you've got some Wall of Force left over.
I will package it and keep it and give it to Markernum later.
Yeah. So there's a flash of light, and now there's a slightly shimmering area in front of them for a brief moment, and then it's like really transparent see-through glass. The war elephants are too dumb to notice, so I'm just going to roll a d2 to see which one sticks his face into your Wall of Force. This elephant slams into your Wall of Force.
I'm so proud, Neil. Doing work.
I'm going to say 1, 2... What size are they? It does 3d6 damage to itself, slamming into the Wall of Force. Like, it was lowering its head to come running at you guys or into the room, and basically biffed its own head against the Wall of Force. So give me a 3d6. This is Neil.
Yeah. 10.
All right. The room still shakes as this elephant. It's not an illusion. There are elephants in their courtyard, and it just slams its head into the Wall of Force. It then lurches back. It almost sits down and then gets back up, and then it just starts waving its trunks around. What is the hardness of your Wall of Force?
30, I think. Yeah, 30.
Let's see if this thing can do 30 damage with 2 of its attacks.
31.
It does 18 on the first one. That should be 2 higher, but anyways, 20, so it does nothing. And 2. All right, so it is hitting and butting its head into your Wall of Force, which is not being damaged. There's a shimmering gonging sound as it thumps against this barrier. All right, you've stymied the war elephants. Bahor looks really annoyed. Karnashan. Where is Karnashan? Well, how do we... I guess they go back up the stairs. Well, if they understand what's going on. So Karnashan moves, and you see one of the rakshasa bump
You said that they had see invisibility, right?
Yep.
They would be able to see a Wall of Force, I think, with see invisibility.
This one actually bumps into it. I don't know if Walls of Force are invisible.
It just says that it creates an invisible Wall of Force. I always assumed that because it was invisible, see invisibility allowed you to see it, but I don't know if that might have been a house rule.
I mean, it seems fair.
An invisible wall of pure force. Okay, so yeah, he does go up to it and he slashes against it. And he looks back over his shoulder towards Bahor, like he's taking orders from Bahor. Bahor was speaking in your head, so Bahor might have some weird form of telepathy. Nidhali, where is Nidhali? You! She points at Thurgus.
Me! He throws his hands up.
I suggest you go into the street and take off your armor. She casts a suggestion spell.
Do I need to spellcraft that, or do you just want to will save?
I just want to will save.
Okay. Is that a mind-affecting effect?
It is a enchantment charm, mind-affecting compulsion, language dependent, and the DC is 18.
33.
All right, she doesn't like the fact that you growl at her instead of complying.
I suggest you come and take a beating.
And she's gonna scamper. Oh, she only moved once.
Why does everyone run away from me?
She's scampering around. She's now looking up at this gooey wall. Not sure what's happening here. Thurgus.
God, why is everything running away? How am I supposed to full attack you if you keep leaving? Yeah, I'm just gonna charge.
They're cat people.
That's 2 actions, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna charge this one.
Oh, get her!
Stop running away!
Her weird inverted clawed hands go up to try to block her. There might be a little shield of force.
42.
Oh, you blast through the shield of force, and yeah, her AC is 29.
Is she evil?
She is definitely evil.
40 points of damage.
What you're attacking with your adamantine sword?
Yeah, so the action that provoked what's his name was me using my warrior spirit to enhance my sword with holy. Okay. So I'm currently using a functionally +4 adamantine greatsword that is holy.
Okay, so you're doing holy damage, but they do have DR that they are resisting some of your damage from.
Okay.
So subtract 15, so you do 25 damage.
Okay.
She held up her hands to try to like block your blow, and there's like 2 vicious cuts through her backwards clawed hands with your single stroke. Ha! That got her.
For what it's worth, holy does make a weapon good aligned.
Yep.
Okay. And then I'm gonna do. I got 1 action left, right? Charges 2. I'm just gonna swing again at -5.
I think the movement part of charge is 2 and the attack is 1.
Oh, is charge a full round thing in the? Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
In that case, then I think that's it for me. If charge is 3 actions.
Okay. I'm going to give you a roll, though. You're an experienced warrior, and you are hunting for DR. Give me... You're not raging, right?
I'm not.
Okay. Give me a monster lore check, knowledge outsider.
I don't have any knowledge
planes. No?
No.
Okay, well then... Give me an int check then. You're not that kind of inquisitor.
Actually, can I make knowledge checks untrained as an inquisitor if it's to identify?
You can.
Let me double check knowledge.
You can for really low DCs, but I'm saying you're like performing an experiment with your weapon right now.
Okay. Then this is just an int check is 12.
Okay. You don't gain any further knowledge. You'll just keep on having to attack. All right. Avishandu. Where is Avishandu? Avishandu is running back up the stairs. 40 to the top of the stairs. We could go down into there. Nah. We'll finish our movement and then go another 30 to the door. Bahor. Looks over his shoulder and says something to this doorway as a free action. he 5 foot 5-foot step and cast a spell. Sephiros, you've got something blocking you. You haven't interacted with it yet. There's now not a lot of sound coming from there. I think the professor is the only one that can... Actually, he's around a corner. All right, a spell is cast.
Can I hear it, though? Because
No.
I don't believe the illusion.
No,
so.
there's a wall of force that's really tightly packed. That's kind of blocking.
Okay.
That's going from the floor to the ceiling. And
That makes sense.
Pharisee.
Let us see. I am going to go ahead and cast Spectral Hand on myself. I'm going to continue Bard Song. And I'm going to move. Like that. Well, come on. So the Spectral Hand is going to acquire some hit points courtesy of myself.
Mm-hmm.
It gets 4.
All right.
Interesting.
Vimanda moves next to Bahor. And then will... shift the two of them here. Something in the water comes splashing from the far side of the it's kind of slow on land. I think it only moves 20, but I'll double check. It's really slow. What's it going to do? It's going to move to this door and open up these doors. Kind of spills water through the doors and pushes them open. Vinashti is the one that you've left behind. He is going to charge Thurgus. And Vinashti has Pounce. So Thurgus, like some deranged catman, he launches himself through the air, almost gets down on all fours and runs towards you, and then launches towards you, and he's going to claw.
I knew you'd come back.
Claw bite. And he might as well do it from here. He'll he'll kind of go off to the side to set up a flank. You're pretty hard to hit.
Totally valid.
AC 33.
33 will miss.
How about that? 37.
37 is a potential hit. I just want to double check my. Oh no, that doesn't apply to me. Yeah, 37 hits.
Okay.
And a natural 1.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do the damage for the 37. This is really underwhelming. So 10 damage.
He does have a flank though. Does he have rogue levels?
He does not. Oh wait,
okay.
Sorry. Give me a second.
I only ask because cats tend to have like rips or sneaks or something.
You know, I thought this race had natural sneak attack, but they don't.
Okay.
Nope, but there is poison that is on his claws. The poison DC is 15, but it's one that you want to make.
Okay, so what? Worst case, it's delayed. I rolled not a 1.
Okay, And then the critical miss potentially. A 36 misses or hits?
36 would hit.
Okay, because he shifted the last moment to get a flank with his I don't know, sister or ally. Yeah, he didn't go flinging onto the ground. He launched himself off of your shoulder, pauldron. And
2 of those rolls are within judgment and protection range. Oh, that kind of. Can you get right here? Scratch a bit right under the plate.
He looks like he's in full angry battle mode.
Which attack hit?
His claw hit.
Okay, that's slashing, not bludgeoning, correct? Or piercing slashing?
Claws are piercing slashing.
Okay. Yeah, I still have that DR3 bludgeoning shirt or whatever, so.
Nice.
I'll take 3 off.
Professor.
Call it 7 damage.
Standing in his horrible hell goo.
Can I see these 2 that just shifted in? I have see invisibility up. The door should maybe be open from us coming through there.
Yep,
recently?
the door is open. You see them. There is a very slender, fast-moving fox lady. Would be the way I describe her. She is wielding a strange-looking sword that she's got kind of in a backwards grip. She's got a full-on foxtail and is like ready for battle. Standing behind her is Bahor, who's slowly lifting off the ground.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? Huh. What do we want to do about that? I had a plan, but them shifting right through the other side of the line here does tend to complicate things.
Yep.
Oh. Should we go crazy with this one? How crazy should we go, guys? The professor will see in his mind, they're behind the wall of force. Oh, what should we do? Oh.
Kill them all. Death. Ah!
If you've got something really good, I can make them a lot less likely to resist it. For a moment.
Yes. Can you do it now? Ah. It's happening.
I remember a time when your mind was much more confident in battle, Professor. Very strange. Very strange.
Here we go. Help if you can. The professor will say as he swift actions to increase DCs by 2 for spells he casts this turn.
Okay, so that's 1 action in the 3-action system.
Yes, and then I will do dual spell casting, I think, to cast 2 spells for 2 actions. I will do Visions of Hell. Oh, well, first thing, I'll give concentration control to the Crawling Claw so that this wall of sludge is maintained for a while.
Okay, so the Crawling Claw is out then? Great.
Yes, it's on my shoulder here. And then I'll do the Swift. I'll dual spell cast on this one. The first one I will do is Visions of Hell, which will come out with a DC of 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. It's going to be a 50-foot emanation. I'm going to try and do it somewhere in this corner. I want to not hit Zephyros, who's like 50 feet away. Is there any way I can get some of it into that room with the door open?
So if you target that wall right here, there's a 50-foot emanation. You're going to get a bunch of people.
Yeah, I want to try and
if you do it in the back of that room somewhere, 50-foot emanation, spills out like that.
Okay, can I do it a little I guess do it right on Bahor then. I want to try and get this front hallway, so if these elephants get through the door, they're going to get through the wall of force. Ooh, I still get Zeph there. And I want them to stumble into.
Okay, so point at the center of the spell. I've given you a couple of.
Yeah, you've been more than generous here. Sorry, this was not the turn I prepared for. Things changed here.
Keep you on your toes. This is their house. They're fighting on their terms.
Oh my god, yeah. Now I gotta measure some shit. Hold on. I think maybe we do gotta get Zephyros a little bit. That one you did behind him, that was pretty nice.
Is it gonna cut through the wall of force anyway?
The wall of force is gonna block this.
Oh, but it will be right in front of it if they do get through. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So they should come through the wall of force, hit the illusion.
All right, so I'm going to delete some areas. Like right now, this emanation is not out here. It's not in this stairwell. But it's basically in the Grizzly library and spilling out, and I think it does spill out in that direction. It's not behind the wall of force, right? So yeah, there's a visions of hell. All of a sudden, the plush red carpet just starts to bleed and turn red. The books themselves begin to flip and invert in the bookshelves, and it looks like they grow teeth, and they're all kind of like jumping out of their bookshelves, trying to grab flies or hands that would touch them. The doorway itself begins to just take this impossible angle off to the side. Is there an SR check for Visions of Hell?
Oh, interesting. Spell resistance, no.
Okay. And there's a will save?
Yes, it should be DC 28.
All right. Vimenda's will save. She gets a 35.
Mm-hmm.
And Bahor's will save.
Does Zephyros also have to make his will save?
He gets a 23, so Bahor failed. Does that mean he's frightened or shaken?
Unless he's lawful evil, which he may be.
I'm just going to paste something. Notice I'm not typing.
It's him, lawful evil.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Now he likes the show. He's all for the illusion art. Although
the theme of the paintings in that room too.
Yeah, weirdly enough, the paintings don't change. Their art, Salvatore Scream's work is already disturbing enough that they don't need much augmentation. All right, so yeah, these are lawful evil beings.
Next spell.
And then Zephyros' saving throw?
It's a will save, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll be telekinetically telling him, like, it's not real, Zephyros, it's not real.
22 plus whatever bonus I get.
You get a bonus from Bard Song, actually. Because it's a fear-based effect, I believe.
What was the DC here?
26, I think.
So 22 plus... 22
28.
plus... Okay, so 22 plus Bard Song gives me plus 2?
Yeah.
So that's 24. Because I know through the telepathic bond that this is fake, do I get anything?
Good Hope would give you another 2, I believe.
So that's 26.
And then,
so
I don't think that's this kind of illusion. Like, I think this is an illusion where the effect takes hold.
Okay, I can use a fortune point. I have a fortune point as well, because I'm just too short.
Yeah, you could use a fortune point and make the save.
Okay, I make the save through the fortune point, which I believe is what Ahmed still gave us a couple of days ago.
Yep. So here are the totals of the fortune points after you spent yours. You've got one left.
For what it's worth, Good Hope bonus does not stack with Inspire Courage. They're both morale bonuses.
Oh, they're both morale?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm going to give you your fortune point back, and I'm going to give you Shaken.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Sorry.
How long is this?
But just to be clear, I don't get any bonus because of the telepathic bond knowing that he cast this. Okay.
No, it's an instantaneous thing.
That's mostly for interacting with illusions.
Yep.
Right.
To like disbelieve it.
This is actually like, you got startled by, the ground beginning to bleed. There's too much blood, Zephyrus, and all you can think of is that large creatures must have bled here. So, yeah, Professor's illusions are also really, really pernicious. They're very, very strong.
I also want to forget them.
Yeah.
How long does this last?
That one is minutes per level. Visions of Hell is up.
How long does his fear last? Is more important.
I think as long as you remain in the area. I think once you leave, you're fine. It's only when you're within the visions. And for my second one, I'm gonna just attempt it. Do I feel like Pharisee is gonna back the professor up? Does it feel like Pharisee?
There's no way for me to take an action right now, so there's nothing that I can do.
Yeah. Okay. So the professor's gonna quickly switch tactics, and he's gonna telepathic. What was it? Telekinetic maneuver silently. I have become visible within my illusion, but I am going to attempt to. Am I close enough? Sorry, I've never done this one. 50, 25 plus 5 per 10 per 2 levels. Ooh, so it would just be enough to grapple him. I'm gonna try and grapple this guy with telekinetic maneuver.
Bahor?
Yes.
Bahor. Is there an SR check on telekinetic maneuver?
Yes, there is.
Give me a roll.
Okay, this is just a D20
plus your caster level plus any feats like spell penetration.
Yeah, I don't have spell penetration. Can I use any?
You could spend your fortune point. Oh, yeah, something happened on my end here. Can someone check to see if the stream's still running?